Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live on women's cricket. So, today I am joining along with Tawsif and Pritish. So, we'll be discussing India's chances tomorrow in the semi-final between India versus Australia at the Women's T20 World Cup, and if we win tomorrow, then the chances in the final as well. But before that, let's focus on the semi-final because we have that tomorrow for sure. So, yeah, let's start. Pritish, hello, Pritish, hello, Tawsif.
हेलो हेलो हेलो.
Hello guys, yeah.
So,
कल के चांसेस तो हैं, ऐसा नहीं है कि कल के चांसेस नहीं है. फेयर चांसेस एल से. नॉकआउट गेम है. देयर इज नो वीकर ओपोनेंट इन अ नॉकआउट मैच, बट वी ऑब्वियसली नो देयर इज अ सुपीरियरिटी व्हेन इट कम्स टू एनी टीम प्लेइंग ऑस्ट्रेलिया. तो वही एक्सपेक्टिंग अ गुड फाइट फ्रॉम इंडिया ऑनेस्टली, बिकॉज हाँ, बहुत कुछ एक्सपोज हुआ है टीम का, लाइक व्हेन इट कम्स टू वीकनेसेस. तो दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ रूम टू improve on that. So yeah.
yeah, that's a true point. And I was looking at some scorecards and of course the matches that Australia has played till now. So if we start taking a look, so they had quite a close match in the start between Australia and South Africa, and so Australia lost a couple of wickets. They lost Mooney on 20. They lost Perry. They lost Lanning early. But after that, Tahila McGrath came and scored a half century. So the problem with Australia is अगर आप उनके दो निकालोगे तो और दो आएंगे और दो निकालोगे तो और दो आएंगे. Like they have this world class batting of 6 to 7 people lined up.
नहीं
All
नमन 6 to 7 नहीं
सिक्स
भाई वो
कम
10
हो गया.
कम that's
10.
that's still
हाँ
number
मतलब
10. I
नहीं
mean
पर
because I say this because abhi 5 minutes back I was going through Commonwealth Games scorecard and first group match Commonwealth Games India Australia. Renuka Singh ran through Australian top order. Australia are chasing 155. They are 49 for 5 in 7 overs. What do you expect from there? You expect that, yeah, India will win. But number 7 and number 8 build a partnership, and number ninth, Jess Johnson was number 9. She came, scored two fours over the top, and Australia won with 6 balls remaining.
yeah, I
So,
remember that match.
yeah. So,
हाँ मतलब the thing is कि they have this whole big batting. Everyone can bat essentially, and I think Tausif will attest to the fact that India doesn't boast of the same right now. So
Yes. और मेरे को एक चीज भी लगता है कि लाइक द ऑस्ट्रेलिया टीम हैज गिवन सम रियली गुड चांसेस कि जैसे बेथ मोनी वाज नॉट इन अ प्राइम फॉर्म एकदम, लाइक बिगिनिंग टू मैचेस में, बट देन शी टुक टाइम टू कम बैक इन दैट थर्ड मैच आई थिंक. एंड like first 30 balls she was playing below I think 80 strike rate, and then she took off to 110 या कुछ he ended with that strike rate. So again, same with Beth Mooney, Meg Lanning also. So they know these kind of things also to promote Talia Magrat up the order, just to knock it out of the park, score those quick runs. वो ऐसे रिमाइंडर आता है ना कि कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स में जब सुनील नारिन को एकदम पहले भेज दिया था कि चौके छक्के मार के आओ. दैट दैट मेंटालिटी इज देयर. तो उन लोग ना बहुत ही क्लियर है अपने प्लान्स को लेके, एंड दे आर always ready to try out those things. They always have, not only do they have a plan B ready, C D भी ready है उनके पास कि कुछ हो गया. ये जैसे प्रीतिश ने बोला 5 विकेट अगर गिर भी गए, दे हैव एन ऑल्टरनेट प्लान उसके बाद भी कि कोई एक तो होल्ड करेगा, अनदर वन गोज लाइक बजर्क ऐसे. आई थिंक उसी अप्रोच में वी हैव बीन लैकिंग. हम लोग का भी देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स व्हिच वी नीडेड टू लुक बैक ऑन, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वी हैवंट closed the gap on those issues, even though those issues were prominent from the beginning. जैसे कि फील्डिंग हम लोग का अभी भी एकदम पिन पॉइंट नहीं हुआ है. एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया का जो इंटेंसिटी है, लाइक एनी मैच यू वॉच देम, ग्रुप स्टेज हो या, they are just too good in that. So I don't think uh, it's going to be very tough to choke Australia from all fronts because they have so many plans ready.
yeah, दैट्स ट्रू एंड और एक बात इनकी ये है कि ये लोग 8-8 बॉलिंग ऑप्शन यूज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, वी मेंशन्ड अबाउट अ लॉन्ग बैटिंग लाइनअप। आप सारे लोगों को बॉल करने लगा रहे हो एंड एवरीवन इज बॉलिंग विद अ गुड इकोनॉमी, ओके। दिस पर्सन इज गिविंग लेट्स से 4 runs per over, then Perry will come, Perry will give only 4 runs in the over, then you will have someone else. So each and every person is bowling. We have Magrath bowling, we have Gardner bowling, and of course apart from the regular Jonathan King, everyone should they have. Apart from these, uh, like like I think after Mooney, Alisa Healy, and someone else, I'm forgetting the name at the top of the order. After and
Lanning.
Lanning. After these three, I guess 8 people are all rounders in their team. कि
Yeah.
आपको सभी से बैटिंग करवाना है, सभी से बॉलिंग करवाना है, एंड एवरीवन इज वर्किंग। नहीं तो क्या होता है ना, अब सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज इफ यू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ bowlers in your team, sometimes those plans don't work. Someone will get smacked. Okay, someone, for these people, they are not getting smacked. New Zealand is a tough opposition. They made sure that New Zealand is
Wondered.
all out. 76 all out, man. So
Surrendered. They surrendered in front of Australia. They're like, हो गया नहीं खेलना. So I mean, the thing with Australia is again, I think it comes back to the point that mentality. Because Australia, if you look, they have been ruthless, and उनको एक ही टीम ने परेशान किया. That's India. हम हार जाते, लाइक वी डिफीटेड देम इन बॉम्बे, भले हमने सुपर ओवर में हराया था, बट दैट वाज अ विन, ओके. एंड इन कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स वी हैव ट्रबल्ड देम इन matches, we have troubled them. It's not that they are, totally invincible, but why they are such a great team, and why they are, the all conquering team, the reason being is that mentality कि भाई जीतना तो है देखो. And our Indian team ka bhai, the problem, I think last live also, Tawsif, me and Sayan were there, and we were discussing the same thing, that इतना complacent हो जाते हैं ना at points, that we just, we know that there is a finish line, but वही वो खरगोश कछुए वाली कहानी कभी कभी हो जाती है, that we just turn off, like, for some reason. And in crucial moments, why, again, coming back to Commonwealth Games final match, gold medal match, India was cruising at 118 for 3, and that's when, we lose 2 wickets in quick succession, and India loses the final, and all of a sudden India is all out for 150 or something. So that mentality, I think, improve hua hai, but still it feels, way far from where Australia is.
अच्छा, तो मेंटालिटी को तो लेके आई थिंक देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन और डिबेट गोइंग ऑन कि Australia have the superior mentality. They will give their all. Intensity maybe they are far superior to India considering this. But like let's dissect पूरा पहले Indian team को करते हैं. What do you think about the opening pair? And especially how we approach the last match, Shefali Verma and Smriti.
So I'll start. What I think is Shefali was not her natural self in the last match. You don't see Shefali Verma taking so many balls. She has not been playing runner ball, which is very surprising because for Shefali you expect she'll go at the bowlers from the word go. And Shefali अगर runner ball नहीं खेल रही है तो it is sort of disappointing because Smriti is not a player whom you can expect to start hitting sixes on the first ball itself. So Shefali का role वही है starting man, that has worked for her when she was a 16-year-old. Like इतना सभी को पेला है उसने, ऐसा नहीं है कि शेफाली हैज नॉट हिट एनी सिंगल बॉलर. सो दैट हैज बीन वन थिंग. मतलब मेरे को अभी तक वो नहीं समझा है कि शेफाली वर्मा व्हाई शी हैज बीन अ बिट कंप्लेसेंट व्हाइल बैटिंग एंड व्हाई इज शी ट्राइंग टू चेंज एनी स्ट्रेटजी. ठीक है आप आउट हो जाते हो, ठीक है, पर आप 30 बॉल खा के आउट हो गए तो टीम को हर्ट होने वाला है ना. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ओपनिंग का तो मेरा वो व्यू है. प्रीतिश.
I think opening, again, same thing. I agree with you that Shefali hasn't looked to at natural herself. मेरे को तो पूरे टूर्नामेंट ही नहीं लगी है for some reason. Like, uska wo, like, she'll hit 2 good shots, 3 good shots, and I think there was one match against Pakistan maybe, or the second game after that, where she looked little bit, in her elements. But so she has looked off. And why cheese है that this is weird that she's not scoring runs at, run a ball also. जहाँ की, like, we expect her to give that start of 120 or 130 strike rate at least. Because again, what, like, I agree with what Naman said, that Mandhana is a different kind of player, and you need to build that innings around someone like Smriti Mandhana. So, but Mandhana looks well in form. Ireland के against भी अच्छा, उससे पहले भी she looked in touch. So अभी the only thing comes back to is that if Shefali gives that impetus to India. I don't expect Shefali to play a innings, which will go for, let's say, 10 overs. I don't want her to be at 10 overs. The power play, that's the most important part. If Shefali gives you that thirst in that power play, India will cruise after that, because India has a set of batters who can take the game away then. But वो power play वाला thirst बहुत important है. So yeah, I mean Shefali needs to fire.
And when you are facing Australia, we are not looking at 130, 140 as a good score.
Exactly.
आपको अगर बैटिंग पे डाला है तो आपको 160 मारना है, तभी जाके you have a chance at winning the match. Because see, 130, 140 is nothing for Australia, and they have showed it previously. And as you said, rightly said, India is the only team which has troubled Australia previously. We could have won 3 games in the recent tour when Australia came to India. One of that we won in the Super Over, again that big streak where we won. So Australia lost after 20 matches or something. So India can defeat, mentality का खेल है. And as Tawsif said, by dissecting the batting order, one of a strong point I would like to put here is, अगर स्मृति और शफाली खेल रहे हैं, and let's say Shafali's wicket falls first, I would like to see Jemima at one down, and if Smriti's wicket falls, I would like to see Harmanpreet at one down. Tawsif,
हाँ.
thoughts?
यस यस, मैं एकदम परफेक्टली उससे अग्री करता हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे को लगता है ना कि शेफाली का जो प्रॉब्लम भी हो रहा है इस टूर्नामेंट में, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल नो वन कैन डिनाई कि एक तो प्रेशर है कि शी हैज जस्ट वन अ वर्ल्ड कप एंड शी इज कमिंग इनटू दिस बिग टूर्नामेंट and she's trying to go very hard. I think it was the match against Pakistan only jahan ek do edges lag ke the ball went to the boundary, and then she started actually playing very fine. मतलब strong hits नहीं कर रहा था, and that was paying off. But I think that should be the approach. Shefali, although she has that in her like natural armor, strong khilna, if she is getting the runs by timing the ball and like placing it in the gaps, she will prove herself better. Coming to this, I think Jemima has to play the anchor's role if Mandana is dismissed or Shefali is dismissed in the power play. I think वो मेरे को एक लगता है. Like I don't want to go all in experience for experience जो नमन ने बोला कि if Smriti goes out we go for Harmanpreet, and if Shefali like dismissed then Jemima comes in. वैसे नहीं, but मैं मतलब हरमनप्रीत का वही सिर्फ एक चेंज देखना चाहूंगा कि शी शुड आइडियली कम इन बिटवीन द सिक्स्थ एंड द टेंथ ओवर इन माय ओपिनियन. सिक्स्थ एंड द टेंथ ओवर में इफ हरमन कम्स इन, शी इज इन अ मेंटल स्पेस कि मेरे को 5 ओवर खेलने हैं एंड आई हैव टू गिव माय बेस्ट. उसके बाद there's Richa Ghosh, there's Pooja Vastakar. They can extend the like run spree, but we can't ignore that contribution जो पहले 10 ओवर में आ सकते हैं, दैट हेड स्टार्ट. क्योंकि अगर पावर प्ले अच्छा गया एंड से वी लूज 2 विकेट सडनली, जो कि इस टूर्नामेंट में बहुत हो रहा है, T20 क्रिकेट में ही होता है, एक विकेट गिर जाता है तो उसके बाद 2 विकेट गिरना कोई बड़ा चीज नहीं है. So if that happens, then it is important for someone to take up the responsibility and play a supporting role एक side में. But दोनों ही अगर supporting role खेलने लग जाए, then the run flow एकदम stops. And again we are limited to that 130 or 140 score. जो पहले innings में अगर हम लोग 130 140 किए तो भी कुछ नहीं होगा, and if you are chasing तब तो I hardly think 130 और 140 में हम लोग को कुछ मिलेगा. 20-30
Yeah,
रन्स बिहाइंड
the
होंगे हम लोग तो.
the reason why I said कि स्मृति आउट होने पे we should bring हरमन and शफाली आउट होने पे जेमिमा is the fact that, see, Harman is not looking her powerful self right now in the whole tournament before this, whatever she was in 2017, 2018. Age is not on her side, of course. So what I mentioned, the reason why I mentioned this is, let's say Smriti goes out, then Harman will be able to drop anchor, because dropping the anchor is what she is able to do fine right now. And Jemima is young blood. You cannot expect young people to come and drop anchor, especially when that's not your favored style of dropping the anchors, taking the ones and twos. And Jemima has been able to find the boundaries during this World Cup. मतलब टाइमिंग बीच में काफी अच्छा रहा है जेमिमा का. तो दैट
हाँ,
वाज द एक्सप्लेनेशन बिहाइंड माय चॉइस की ऐसा करते हैं. बट
नहीं
या
वो मैं
दैट्स
अग्री करता हूँ, क्योंकि जेमिमा का लास्ट मैच जो मैंने देखा है, नमन ऑल्सो लाइक टोल्ड मी दिस बिफोर द लास्ट डे का मैच कि जेमिमा कैन प्ले दैट फिनिशिंग रोल, एंड शी डिड एक्चुअली, शी डिड दैट प्रीटी वेल लास्ट मैच में अगेंस्ट द विंड, व्हिच वाज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. कि फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ उतना भी इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं होता फिनिशिंग ओवर्स में, इफ यू हैव गॉट योर माइंड वर्किंग एकदम सॉर्टेड। तो हाँ, आई थिंक शी कैन टेक अप दैट रोल। जमीमा का एक तो बहुत ही अच्छा फैक्टर है, लाइक हर एक्सपीरियंस एंड हर एज, दोनों ही, they are very contrasting features, like third world cup just at the age of 22, so she knows what this tournament is about. So whatever batting position she comes into, I think she can handle that. So now depends on the team where they promote her.
And then we have the middle order. Pritish, thoughts on India's middle order?
इंडिया में मिडिल ऑर्डर में तो अभी देर इज ओनली वन स्टार एंड दैट इज ऋचा घोष. देर इज नो टू वेज अबाउट इट. ऋचा घोष हैज इम्प्रूव्ड सो मच. Her consistency is really commendable, you know. And the point is that again, what we always talk about, intent. Intent is very important in T20 cricket. And that intent, when you see Richa Ghose, and she has hit the best of the best bowlers in the world. That day also again against England, she tried. उसने try किया था. We lost by 11 runs. So I think we have one power hitter sorted. But what I think I mentioned this before also on last thing also, that I'm really disappointed in Pooja Vastrakar when it comes to batting. After that last World Cup, when she showed all those signs, she had, like, she has disappointed throughout. You know, after the sare matches, mein, she hasn't been scoring runs at all, and you know that is because. Wait, I think Shan mentioned also Elise Perry versus Pooja Vastakar is where we will lose the match, the battle of all rounders. So Pooja, like, she has the capability. Everybody has saw that senior T20 women's challenge. Maybe I saw her play, and she was brilliant. She has that ability to clear the ropes. But why है कि that not happening is hurting India, to be very honest. And India का dot ball percentage, that is like insanely high when it comes to this World Cup. Harman also, you know, addressed that thing into press conference that we are playing a lot of dot balls. And against a side like Australia, you can't even think of dot balls. You need to score on every ball. As we have mentioned, that 130-40, which is a high strike rate in women's cricket, is normal for Australia. So I think we need to really get out of that shell, you know, the middle order, especially our middle order needs to get out of the shell. That okay. Abhi, one another interesting thing is ki who will Devika Varadya play again, because now that's getting very wahan pe Radha. First I think Devika was dropped, and Shikha Pandey was brought in. Then Radha was dropped and Devika was brought in. This is what has happened in last two games. So who will play? Radha will play or Devika will play. So that again decides the batting order. So I mean, its middle order is little messy, to be honest right now. That roles clarity, I am not able to understand what's there.
But one thing for sure, Gaikwad won't be dropped, वो तो श्योर है। अभी तक एक मैच में भी ड्रॉप नहीं हुआ है। तो हाँ, but एक question, like just a follow up to that, like Naman also, what will be your preferred middle order lineup after Richa Ghosh, considering that all things are going good, एक stable मतलब हम लोग जा रहे हैं, तो what do
So
you plan?
you are saying we bring Richa Ghosh at 3 down and then 4-5 down. You are asking.
नहीं नहीं,
Maybe.
फाइव डाउन से मैं पूछ रहा हूँ। आई एम कंसिडरिंग जमीमा, हरमनप्रीत, देन ये ऋचा घोष, उसके बाद।
Yeah, so that is 3 down. Yes, that is 3 down. So Richa Ghosh is 3 down. Then we have who? Dipti. We have Dipti. We have Pooja. We have Devika. If Devika plays. So Dipti,
Hmm.
Pooja, Devika. We have three batters. And
और
उसके बाद
राधा
तो
यादव।
अगर but as Pritish pointed out, if Devika plays, then Radha does not, right?
हु नोज, मे बी गायकवाड कैन बी ड्रॉप्ड, मे बी,
Oh,
I mean,
एंड
but
बोथ ऑफ देम के प्लेस।
hmm. So, but still,
okay.
that
So
makes Shikha Pandey also option at number nine. Although she has been batting well at domestic circuit for sure. Goa के लिए उसने अच्छा किया batting में. But like she comes at number nine then, and we have then 10, 11. Huh, yeah, Renuka and
to give you guys optimism, I'll read out something. So 19-year-old Dipti Sharma walked out to bat with the more experienced Purnima Raut, who'd been on the fringes for almost a year against Ireland. Sharma and Raut were done only after they notched up 320 runs for the opening wicket, a world record. Dipti Sharma had smashed 188 of 160 balls in an ODI game.
Yes.
Now
Remember this.
we need this. We so that's what I say. We need this Dipti Sharma. We need Harmanpreet of the 27 ODI World Cup semi-final. We need
Yeah.
Smriti in a usual form. We need Shafali who can hit sixes at the start. If all of them click, then only
Click.
we can post a score which will be dangerous enough against Australia. We need everyone to click. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा कि दो प्लेयर खेले तीन
For
प्लेयर नहीं
some
चले.
Hmm.
कुछ नहीं होगा उससे. Everyone needs to click.
for some for some reason I have a belief that tomorrow, like again, but that's optimism, that tomorrow batting may Harmanpreet will work fine. I mean, I
Let's see.
hope that every
Let's see.
game.
Yes.
I
हाँ but
so
semi-final against Australia, she'll work.
exactly. So
नहीं so ये होना चाहिए because I still remember 2011 Men's Cricket World Cup. It was India versus Pakistan in Mohali, and Yuvraj was in the form of his life. I told my dad, पापा युवराज का होम ग्राउंड है मोहाली और युवराज अभी कैसा चलेगा देखो. युवराज कम्स वहाब रियाज bowls him for a duck, he departs.
Yorker,
So, उसके
spinning
बाद
Yorker.
मैंने उसके बाद मैंने बोलना ही बंद कर दिया है. So let's just hope Harman kal chalegi because she has the ability to hit sixes which no one has. Like not even Richa,
She,
not even Shefali. Harman is the best six hitter. So
I mean, if Harmanpreet's career, when she retires, or let's say when she decides to call it a day, I think if I write something, it's gonna be that thing, that a career full of what ifs, according to me. Because she, I think, when it comes to power hitting ability, what Naman mentioned, she is best in the world. Like nobody else in across any team can match that power hitting ability which Harmanpreet has. But the consistency is again which also nobody can match, because she is inconsistently consistent. I mean, that's an like I still, there are matches when she comes up, she hits two sixes, you are like, okay, we are in for something today. And then one ball comes, she's out, and then you're like, okay, next game. So like that's what has happened with Indian fans.
आई थिंक वो शॉर्ट हैंड जैब जो था ना वेस्ट इंडीज के खिलाफ, वो वही आई थिंक दैट जस्ट प्रूव्स कि शी इज सुपीरियर इन टर्म्स ऑफ बैटिंग एबिलिटीज मोर देन एनीवन. वो she has the power, she has the timing, more importantly, to clear the rope, not clear the rope, even find the like gaps and like go for the boundaries. So अगर हरमन चली तो इंडिया जीतेगी.
हाँ वो तो मैं बोला है हरमन चली तो इंडिया जीतेगा. That's for sure. If she works then India will win definitely. But for here इधर सबको चलना पड़ेगा भाई. Now let's come
हाँ
to
हाँ
the
हाँ.
more pressing part. India's bowling. which
Yes.
which of course we are blessed to have Renuka Singh Thakur. Without Renuka Singh Thakur, we don't even stand a chance against any of the teams. हर टीम के सामने ब्रेक थ्रू प्रोवाइड कर रही है. शी हैज बीन इनक्रेडिबल. अगर आई जस्ट मेरे को ये देखना था कि इफ झूलन गोस्वामी एंड रेणुका वुड हैव बोल्ड इन देयर प्राइम टुगेदर, इतना पोटेंट दोनों
Yeah.
साइड से पेस अटैक बनता ना. पहला 6 ओवर तो मतलब अनप्लेएबल होता था दोनों बाकी सामने वाली टीम्स के लिए इफ बोथ ऑफ देम. बट इट्स फाइन कि झूलन जाने के बाद वी हैव समवन who has not who has made sure कि India does not feel the void which is left by Julan. और मतलब ऑस्ट्रेलिया को तो तोड़ के रखते हैं भाई. ऑस्ट्रेलिया लेजिट डरती है इससे. दे लेजिट फियर रेणुका आफ्टर दैट कॉमनवेल्थ डिबेकल स्पेशली.
एंड आई थिंक वही एक स्कोप है बहुत अच्छा इंडिया के पास कि इफ मतलब एकदम पहले से ही इफ दे ट्राई टू लाइक होल्ड देम बैक लाइक अगेंस्ट द बैक फुट रेणुका एंड शिखा पांडे पहले से ही एटलीस्ट द फर्स्ट 4 overs, then I don't know, it might work out, it might not work out, but that is the best chance we have got.
Hypothetically, even if we are able to get some breakthroughs, get some wickets initially by रेणुका, रेणुका देखो 4 ओवर डालने वाली है. बाकी 16 ओवर तो बाकी लोगों को डालने. चलो शिखा और 4 ओवर डाल दे.
Exactly.
चलो 8 ओवर हो गए. बाकी 12 ओवर तो क्या ना. So the 12 overs are very important. It is up to the spinners to hold everything in the middle overs. Because Australia, you need one Australian to break free. That can be Gardner, that can be McGrath, that can be Perry, anyone. उनका पूरा middle order पूरा stacked है with brilliant power hitters. So it
No,
will
the
boil. हाँ बोलो.
no, I was saying कि एंड प्लीज नो शेफाली वर्मा इन बिटवीन. क्यों देना है आपको? आपको बीच में फ्री फोकट के 2 ओवर 24 रन के क्यों देने when your other bowlers are bowling, at economy of 5 or 6? That's what happened against England. I mean, you look at first 7 overs, India was controlling them. There comes a over from Shefali Verma, which goes for 11 runs. There comes a over from Rajeshwari Gaikwad, which goes for 12 runs. And yeah, the again those at the end we lost by 11 runs. Okay, so my point is why try Shefali Verma जब आपके पास proper bowlers हैं as sixth bowler also. Why go for a option like just for 1 over? Like Shefali has bowled only 1 over in every game, and she has either conceded 7 runs, 11 runs. So that strategy is still not. I'm not able to understand why. Why? उससे better है Harmanpreet comes and she bowls. She have under arm also. Whenever she
मैं
bowls, she gets a wicket.
मैं 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 वही बोलने वाला था प्रीतीश. One of the most successful bowlers in BBL, Women's Big Bash League, is Harmanpreet Kaur. And
Yeah.
another startling fact is that the second best figures in Test cricket by an Indian are Harmanpreet Kaur. She has taken 9 wickets in a Test match after
Also, I
Julan
think top
Sen.
5 wicket takers maybe like in the T20
Yeah,
World Cup, she is there in the third or fourth position.
yeah. Oh, so we have a crowd joining in. Hello, Anand Kumar. Welcome. Shailesh is saying, imagine what if none of our pacers take any wicket tomorrow in power play.
Then though,
Then it will be
uh,
carnage, absolute
Carnage.
carnage.
वो लास्ट मैच में हुआ ना इंग्लैंड वर्सेस पाकिस्तान में, वैसा होगा.
yeah.
हाँ, वो फिर हम उसको बुलाएंगे ऑस्ट्रेलियन आतंक.
हाँ.
वो 15-16 ओवर फिर धड़ाधड़ दबेड़ने के काम चलेंगे फिर. But yeah, we are hoping for power play wickets, and more importantly, as I mentioned, कि power after power play wickets, you need the spinners to hold fort. मतलब अगर आप विकेट मत लो चलेगा, आपको चोक करके रखना है उनको. एंड वी हैव क्वालिटी स्पिनर्स. ऐसा भी नहीं है यार स्पिनरों के देश से आते हैं. ऐसा भी नहीं है कि हम बाहर वाले हैं कि यार चलो इंपोर्ट करना पड़ रहा है, जो साउथ अफ्रीका है. अभी नहीं, पर मेंस क्रिकेट में तो इंपोर्ट लोग तो उस टाइप से.
हाँ.
सो ऐसा भी नहीं है हमारा. वी स्पिनिंग इज अ स्ट्रेंथ ऑन पेपर. एंड यस, एज यू मेंशनड, there is no reason to give Shafali the over when you know that she is leaking runs. We have Harmanpreet Kaur, who is a very quality bowler, and even Smriti used to bowl in 2016-17 times. So you have a lot of bowlers. And
और
So
और एक
and
चीज भी है लाइक द. हाँ प्रीतिश गो ऑन.
नहीं तो काफी से मैं क्या बोलता हूँ.
अरे मैं वही बोल रहा था कि मतलब ऐसा भी नहीं है व्हेन शेफाली कम्स इनटू बोल वी आर इन अ बैड पोजीशन, लैक ऑफ
Yeah.
ऑप्शंस है कि कुछ नहीं कर सकते, नाउ वी हैव टू बॉलर. वैसा भी नहीं होता, वी इन अ कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन तब सडनली शेफाली कम्स इनटू बॉल. तो आई थिंक ओपोनेंट भी कंफ्यूज हो जाता है, क्या करे.
another thing is the reason why we are trying new options is पूजा वस्त्रकर हर मैच में पीटी जा रही है. So
Yeah.
Pooja Vastrakar needs to improve on her bowling because she is bowling at a very bad economy rate, leaking runs 10, 12 in each and every over. And if she does not improve, so वो domino effect है ना. अगर आप Pooja Vastrakar is not playing well, then Harman will try to put an मतलब पार्ट टाइम स्पिनर बीच में, और पार्ट टाइम स्पिनर डालेंगे वो भी मार खा रहे. मतलब मार तो इन्हें खाना है या इन्हें खाना है, मार तो किसी ना किसी ने खाना ही है ना. So for that, Pooja Vastrakar will have to bowl well if she wants to ease pressure, because we have see 4 overs Renuka will bowl, 4 overs Shikha Pandey. If she, I mean, she will play. Shikha Pandey
शी
will
विल
play.
प्ले, शी विल प्ले.
Yeah, so they will bowl their whole quotas. Dipti, of course, being the experienced spinner. So 12 overs are accounted for. बचते 8 ओवर. अभी 8 ओवर में आप किसको बॉलिंग देना चाहते हो, पूरा प्लान उस पे ही है. बिकॉज यू नीड टू ट्राई वेरिएशंस विद ऑस्ट्रेलिया. ऑस्ट्रेलिया themselves are going with 7 to 8 different bowling options. So having options are fine. Having 6 options are fine, but you cannot expand more than that. And you definitely cannot give an over to Shafali right now, especially when she is not firing in batting. आप अगर बैटिंग में उसके अच्छे नहीं हो रहा है, आप उसको बॉलिंग भी दे दो और डिमोटिवेट हो जाए, फिर बैटिंग भी नहीं करेगी. तो मतलब अपने ही पैर पे हथौड़ा मार रहे हो ना आप फिर.
आई थिंक ये एक
I
तो
think
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल हो सकता है राधा यादव का, बिकॉज शी हैज बीन वेरी गुड विद अ लाइन एंड लेंथ. तो देखते हैं कल अगर खेल, इफ राधा यादव प्लेज, देन आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग हर टू लाइक टेक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द मिडिल ओवर्स.
आई थिंक
I
यहाँ
mean,
पे फिर से वही क्वेश्चन मेरा आ जाता है कि लेग स्पिनर जो शायद मैंने और तौसिफ ने उस दिन भी डिस्कस किया था. हाउ बैडली वी आर मिसिंग पूनम यादव. हाउ बैडली, आई मीन she uska the thing with Poonam Yadav was, see, it's not that Poonam Yadav has kabhi runs nahi diya usne Australia ke against or something, but there was just something uncanny about her, and that was those wickets, at any point of time. That has been her career thing. That is why abhi I think she had what 97 wickets, 97 or 90. She was the highest wicket taker before Dipti took over. And if you notice, if you compare their stats, Dipti ne ज़्यादा matches खेले. I think Dipti has played some 20 more games to take those wickets, and Poonam Yadav had. So Poonam Yadav was someone who was. We are missing that partnership breaker right now, to be very honest. Because see, the pacer are doing their job, early breakthroughs. बट एक बार जो पार्टनरशिप बिल्ड हो जाता है मिडिल ओवर्स में ना, व्हेन वी गिव अवे रन, उसको ब्रेक करने वाला दीप्ति इज देयर, बट दीप्ति ऑल्सो लाइक फर्स्ट गेम पाकिस्तान अगेंस्ट शी गेव अवे रन और लेट्स से अगेंस्ट इंग्लैंड. सो आई थिंक वो एक क्रूशियल मिडिल ओवर में पार्टनरशिप ब्रेकर जो होता है ना, एक बॉलर जो आपको विकेट दे सकता है, टू whom you turn for wickets, that is अभी भी इंडिया hasn't India doesn't have a solution to it.
And
और
Aryan in the chat
T20
is saying,
में,
yeah,
हाँ
yeah.
हाँ,
I'll just take a
ये
comment. I'll just take
T20
a
में,
comment.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, go that.
Only way we can beat Australia is batting. Even if our bowlers take 2-3 wickets in power play, still able to score 150, 160. See, batting is crucial. वो तो हमने पहले ही बोल दिया है. सबको खेलना है, सबको पीटना है. 130, 140s are not going to do the trick. But the more important thing is आप कितना ही मार लो, bowling तो करना ही है ना. If you don't bowl well, Australia can hit 180 on their day as well. Maybe we cannot hit 180, but Australia can hit 180 on their day. They have been scoring at strike rates of 200, man. Perry scored a 22 ball 41 in one of the matches. So bowling is very crucial again. It's not only a game of batting out the opposition. So
I
yeah,
mean,
Tawsif, go ahead.
yeah, आर्यन, क्या बोलते हैं कि 150 160 उन लोग इजिली स्कोर कर लेंगे, बट द डिफरेंस इज दैट अगर बॉलिंग ठीक से नहीं किए देन 180 टू 200 भी कर लेंगे, देन इट बिकम्स इम्पॉसिबल. तो आई थिंक 180 चेज करना तो बहुत ही दूर की बात है इंडिया के लिए, स्पेशली अगेंस्ट दिस ऑस्ट्रेलियन बॉलिंग अटैक विच इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट लीथल. तो इक्वल इंपॉर्टेंस तो देना पड़ेगा ये. हाँ, कमिंग टू व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग कि और पूनम यादव को लेके कि आई थिंक हर मेन रीजन फॉर गेटिंग ड्रॉप कैन बी लाइक आइदर ऑफ द टू रीजंस, वन द एज फैक्टर एंड सेकंड इज शी इज अ प्राइम बॉलर. तो like her batting is not that good, but all for what? We are playing so many all rounders who are not being effectively like contributing with the bat also, and we are sacrificing those wicket taking bowlers for these all rounders who aren't even getting the chance to contribute up front, right? So I think uh, this might cost us like very bad. देखते हैं. I hope it doesn't, but then हाँ, at least squad में होती तो भी I wouldn't have complained or anything. But now we don't have any option. We just have Vaidya as the only leg spinner, and I think she has only bowled 2 overs in this tournament, right? For 24 runs or something. तो वही बहुत ही टफ होगा, बहुत ही टफ होगा.
मैं वही वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, अगर आप जितने भी ऑलराउंडर ले रहे हो तो ऑलराउंडर को ऑलराउंडर के काम भी करने पड़ेंगे. तो
हाँ.
उनको बैटिंग भी करना है, बॉलिंग भी, दोनों हो नहीं रहे. Pritish was talking about कि Pooja Vastakar's batting has not been good, bowling has been worse. So
हम्म.
unless and until, see, if you are a key part of the team, you need to bowl your quota of 4 overs or at least go for 3 overs. 1 over bad, you'll get another chance from the captain. You will bowl another over bad, it's done, it's out. 2 overs bad, and you are putting on the pressure on the team कि चलो आपको अभी एक नया bowling change introduce करना है. So that's there कि अगर आप ऑलराउंडर का जो भी भूमिका निभा रहे हैं, they'll have to make sure they bowl well and support their main bowlers. तो बीच में जो बीच का पार्ट है, इट्स वेरी क्रूशियल, क्योंकि यहाँ पे ये मीडियम पेसर्स आके कुछ मतलब वेरिएशन ला पाएंगे स्पिन के साथ. वरना इफ द ऑस्ट्रेलियंस गेट अ हैंग ऑफ द स्पिन, दे विल स्टार्ट वैकिंग अस हियर एंड देयर अगेन एज यूजुअल.
हाँ.
हाँ तो
और आई थिंक पूजा वस्त्रकर का एक चीज है ना, आई हैव नोटिस दिस इन दिस टूर्नामेंट कि शी हैजंट बीन बॉलिंग लाइक दैट बैड व्हेन शी कम्स इन. एक दो विकेट भी लिए हैं, but she can't maintain her consistency in the same over. He hit the deck, go for the bounce, generate the pace. That way, the batters will like it'll be tougher for them to play against her. तो आई थिंक अभी इतना बिग स्टेज पे आके यू कांट से थिंग्स लाइक यंग है ये. these aren't reasons or anything. Or agar tomorrow if the Australian batters go all in against the spinners, we need someone effectively in the middle damage control करने के लिए. कुछ भी ना हो तो एक ओवर 10 के नीचे दे दे, एक विकेट ले ले, that is going to be more than enough. तो I think पूजा वस्त्रकर has a very big role to play tomorrow. देखते हैं क्या होता है.
I think on this, Abhi, the conversation I was having with Mitali Raj is the same thing. My question was to her that Gujarat Giants have picked these two players, Harley Gala and Shabnam Shakil, and these two are pacers from under 19 team. And my question was, what was the logic behind picking these two youngsters? Because Harley got injured, but she's a brilliant pace bowler, and she's a power hitter also. So I think that's what precisely meant. What Mitali mentioned was that who after Renuka Singh and Shikha Pandey. India has nothing in lineup coming up. There are few on domestic circuit, but at that level, what Renuka is doing right now, you don't have as like Jhulan Goswami played for so many years कि हमें alternative का सोचना ही नहीं पड़ा बहुत टाइम तक तो पहले we हमें that चलो ठीक है she's playing but and once she left we have someone already there but so and if you notice if you remember I mean Jhulan Goswami used to contribute with bat also she has won India matches with bat
हाँ.
Lot of
and
matches, lot of.
and that is something which was the advantage having Julian Goswami. You have a prime bowler who will bowl 4 overs or 10 overs and give you wickets economy and who can score those 10 runs also. अभी वही problem है कि like this is kind of what Hardik Pandya के साथ Team India suffered in women's cricket also. The problem of having only one pace all rounder. And when that person is not performing, your team combination and balance is going for a toss. Pooja Vastagar is only pace all-rounder we have. Shikha Pandey I'm not mentioning right now because she's coming off a big layoff and her form is yet to be seen in international cricket. So when you're only bowling like pace bowling all-round, medium pace bowling all-rounder is not performing, it becomes very tough to, balance that team again.
Yeah, that's true. The fact you mentioned about pace bowling all rounder, because India has already always suffered in this case. When you
Yeah.
look at a country of 135 crores and you are not being able to produce three or four quality pace bowling all rounders in the
In any
entire
gender,
country,
in
in
any
any
gender.
gender, in women's cricket, in men's cricket, then that's a problem. Because, but again, that's the mentality कि आपको बैटिंग आ रहा है आप बढ़िया सा बैटिंग करो, आपको बैटिंग नहीं आ रहा है तो आप बॉलिंग करो, और अगर आपको बैटिंग करते करते थोड़ा ऑफ स्पिन आ रहा है तो आप दोनों करो. पर
हाँ.
आप bowling भी and see pace bowling all rounder is the toughest job in the entire cricketing any role you consider. So you have to bowl pace, which is already very difficult, and then again you have to bat. But then why is someone like Elise Perry doing this since such a long time? मतलब इतना 1.5 decades now. She is there since 2008 2009. और वो वही करे जा रही है वही करे जा रही है. एंड ऐसा मार्कस टॉयनिस जैसा लोग भी मतलब ये सब कर लेता है मेंस क्रिकेट में. तो
ऑस्ट्रेलिया फ्रॉम दैट साइड वो पहले से ही मतलब ऑलराउंडर्स, फास्ट बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर्स वो हर जेंडर में हो, दे डू
या
दैट.
दैट्स द ओनली
कुछ तो हम लोग
सेपरेशन
के पास
फैक्टर.
है.
If you notice now, Australia guys, so the thing is कि women's cricket is different from men's cricket in one term where every team has good spinners in women's cricket. If you notice this, so it's not that we are exclusively having a set of let's say what in Test cricket there is no match to Ravindra Jadeja and R Ashwin because nobody can play them. But हमारे पास ये exclusivity नहीं है यहाँ पे. And यहाँ पे where we can make a dent is that I think there is only one out and out pacer in women's cricket and that is Shabnim Smith, South Africa.
हाँ हाँ हाँ
She
हाँ
is like she terrorizes players batters with her bowling. And वही है कि हम if we, when Pooja Bastrakar broke onto the scene, my first reaction was wow, we have someone who can bowl pace and who can hit also, and that is such a blessing to have, especially in limited over cricket. But I'm like pretty disappointed with how she has came out, and the point is that it's such a crucial role you can't drop also because you don't have any option after that. There's nobody.
So Shailesh in the chat is saying in women's they play in slow pitches. That may be one of the reason why we don't have many quality pacers.
And there can be multiple reasons. I think there are lot of reasons behind it. But I mean, talking about the current scenario, India can't afford to drop Pooja Vatsakar because we don't have any quality backup. That's the only problem. Who will play?
ना वो तो बात सही है. कौन खेलेगा? ये नहीं खेलेगी तो कौन खेलेगा?
हाँ.
एंड अगर चल गई बैट के साथ क्या है So we remember Yusuf Pathan playing in 2008, 2009. We used to call him "मैं मारूंगा." He used to come and whack here and there. "मैं मारूंगा." Like लग गया तो लग गया, नहीं लग गया तो नहीं. So that is there only. So we need there is a bit of luck involved at the end. But again, with Australia, we cannot hope that they'll keep dropping catches like what happened versus Ireland, where Smriti's catches were dropped thrice or four times on our way to 87. So we cannot expect that with Australia कि ये लोग कैच ड्रॉप करते रहेंगे इजी इजी सिटर्स दे वोंट ड्रॉप तो वो तो है ही मतलब
Yeah, one last thing, like coming to the bowling, wrap up करते हैं फिर बैटिंग पे जाते हैं. What about the death bowling, especially Deepti's form in the end overs?
Dipti in the end overs.
Yeah,
See, we will bowl रेनू का 3 overs स्टार्टिंग में
up
तो उसका
front.
एक हाँ एक बचेगा उसका फिर
Hmm,
शिखा का शायद 2 बचेगा एंड में तो हम
ठीक है.
उसका 2 डलवाएंगे तो लास्ट 18 19 20 तो ये लोग ही करवाना चाहिए अभी
हाँ.
दीप्ति I mean, देखो मैं I am not a fan of spinners bowling death overs. I'll be very honest. In any
Yes.
format, in any game, any format, any game, any gender, I am not a fan of spinners bowling in death overs because वो मार खाने ही है. Because batters play with that mentality कि spinners को तो हमें मारना ही है. I have never been a and whatever experiments have been done, very rarely they have been successful in this regard. Bowling spinners, बहुत rarely. तो ये plan is good. 3 overs from Renuka at the start, 2 from Shika. Keep them at 18, 19, 20. Again, I'll go back to my point. I want 17th over from Pooja Vastrkar.
Yes,
आप
वही मैं
16th
बोलने जा
तक
रहा था.
हाँ हाँ 16th तक स्पिनर रेस्ट्रिक्ट कर डालो.
Aryan is saying something. Naman, can you take that comment?
We have two comments. I'll go to the more important one. Vignesh is saying ABC Australia media show they are rating India very high, saying Indian team can beat current India is the only team. Yeah, so we have made a whole video on that. काफी exciting thumbnail के साथ वीडियो बनाया हमने. That is true. India is the only team which can beat Australia. But looking at the performances that we have delivered in the group stage, we'll have to play a notch higher than that. अभी हम जैसा खेल
हाँ,
रहे हैं
उसी को
उससे हमको
आर्यन के क्वेश्चन के साथ रिलेट कर देते हैं. Where we
हाँ
lack
fielding. But that
fielding.
has been the case since 40 years when India started playing women's cricket. Since 45 years, fielding is where we have lacked. On वो तो मतलब that is there only. Fielding as a catches win matches. Best proverb from cricket is catches win matches, and that's absolutely true.
आई थिंक
So
मतलब ऑस्ट्रेलिया का इंटेंसिटी जो है ना वो फील्ड पे एकदम पहले मैंने वार्म अप नहीं देखा था बट हाँ बहुत ही विजिबल है एविडेंट है एंड ऑल ऑफ अस हैव फेयर रीजंस टू बिलीव दैट ये जो परफॉर्मेंसेस हमने अभी तक देखा है उससे इट्स गोइंग टू बी लाइक डबल द इंटेंसिटी इन नॉकआउट मैचेस.
Yeah.
तभी वैसा सोच के इंडिया को भी जाना चाहिए.
And we had one comment previously which mentioned by Anand Kumar. He asked his previous final pressure would deteriorate our batting strength. तो देखो भाई बात अगेन बात वापस मेंटालिटी की है. If we are like कि Australia ये will lose, then again if your mind is against it, you cannot win anything. But if we enter the field like this is a new day, this is a new match, opponent कोई भी हो हमें हमारा क्रिकेट खेलना है, then only we have a chance. But if we don't give ourselves a chance before starting the match, then there's no point in playing. तो हाँ साइकोलॉजी इज लाइक स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी एक अलग चीज होना ही चाहिए. जैसे हमने आई एम गिविंग एन एग्जांपल फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट स्पोर्ट. आई एम नॉट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल फ्रॉम क्रिकेट. व्हाट वी सॉ इन द हॉकी वर्ल्ड कप व्हिच वाज नॉट इवन 1 month बैक. हॉकी वर्ल्ड कप में सब ये जो साइकोलॉजी की बात वगैरह हुई थी, दैट्स ट्रू, दैट्स एब्सोल्युटली ट्रू. अगर आप ऐसा बड़े ओपोनेंट को, और हॉकी में तो ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया कुछ नहीं है अगर आप हॉकी वाले ऑस्ट्रेलिया से बात करो तो वहां पे तो अलग लेवल पे सीन होता है. बट यस, इंडिया विल हैव टू एंटर द मैच एज new day, new opponents, and we have defeated. We are the only team which has been able to shock Australia, not in the past 5 years, not in 2017 only, but from the start of this millennium. We defeated them twice in the 2009 ODI World Cup, which was held in Australia, and we were not even favorites. So बात वही है कि मेंटालिटी का खेल है सारा. आप अगर पॉजिटिव मेंटालिटी से आओगे तो then only you have a chance. So you need
I think
everything to click tomorrow. हाँ बोलो प्रीति.
I think I'll add to Naman's point again by Hockey World Cup का example, Germany. I watched that
हाँ.
team live in stadium. Okay. And that team, Australia were 2-0 up and Australia were cruising. We were the journalists, the media people, they were talking about कि Australia अगला lineup कौन सा field करेगा from nowhere because Germany never gave up. You could see that they were still running for that last ball, okay? Those loose balls. And that's how Germany won the World Cup, coming back in every knockout game. That's
Yes.
unreal. You and see, the point is this team is not afraid of Australia. Let's be very clear. शिखा पांडे का वो बॉल ऑफ द सेंचुरी वाला जो टर्म हुआ था, that happened in Australia. And हम उनको वहां पे रुला के आए थे. So like we lost a match because of a last minute last ball no ball. वो मैच हमारा था and we lost that. So again the point what Naman also mentioned that it comes to there कि भाई हम डर नहीं रहे ऑस्ट्रेलिया से. But what happens is कि आपको वो इंटेंसिटी पूरे 4 घंटे मैच में बना के रखनी होगी. ऐसा नहीं कि 15 ओवर खत्म होते शोल्डर्स ड्रॉप हो गए बिकॉज एंड दैट्स वेयर इंडिया लूजेस द मैचेस दैट यू विल इफ यू लुक एंड वो फील्डिंग वाली बात जो है ना आई थिंक राधा यादव सच अ ब्रिलियंट फील्डर पिछले 3 मैच में उसने 2 कैच छोड़े क्या मतलब ये क्या चल रहा है इज इट अफेक्टिंग एवरीवन इज बिकमिंग अ बैड फील्डर ऑल ऑफ अ सडन बिकॉज राधा यादव इज समवन हु इज नोन फॉर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्डिंग उसने कॉमनवेल्थ में किया उसने पिछले वर्ल्ड कप्स में किया एंड दिस वर्ल्ड कप ऑल यू सी इज शी इज ड्रॉपिंग कैचेस डूइंग मिसफील्ड सो आई मीन यू जस्ट वो जो मेंटालिटी है ना इंटेंसिटी और मेंटालिटी है उसको मेंटेन करना इज अगेन अ स्किल वो जो 4 घंटे तक आप सेम इंटेंसिटी से खेलो दैट्स वेरी टफ टू डू एंड आई थिंक वही कि हमें ये सोच के खेलना है कि ओके ऑस्ट्रेलिया ही है वी हैव ट्रबल्ड देम एंड विल टेक ऑन देम हेड ऑन हेड बिकॉज ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो देखो आयरलैंड से हार गया था वार्म अप गेम में वो ऐसा करते रहते हैं मजे मजे में हार गए सबको लगा रही ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हरा सकता है क्या कोई एंड फिर व्हेन यू गो अगेंस्ट देम दे कम बैक because see Australia has identified the media is talking about it the players are talking about it Australia has identified India as you know their prime opponent they take India seriously and when they take India seriously they come back with double the intensity what Tawsif mentioned तो हमें भी उसी माइंडसेट से जाना होगा कि भाई ऑस्ट्रेलिया को खेलना और हराना है इनको
Or Vignesh is saying, don't forget in 2017 we won against Australia in T20
yeah
series.
yeah
Vignesh, forget T20 series. We literally made them cry in that semi-final. जो
yeah
वर्ल्ड कप का सेमीफाइनल हुआ था वो तो इंडिया वाज लूजिंग दैट मैच हरमन कम्स फ्रॉम नोवेयर एंड जस्ट स्मैक्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया आउट ऑफ द पार्क एंड one important question by him as well. Tausif, please answer this. Do you think running between the wicket is slow for Indian team? Because against England, English players were showing more intent to convert ones into twos. What are your thoughts on this?
मेरे को पर्सनली बायस्ड ओपिनियन लगेगा बट आई थिंक कि हाँ कहीं तो लैकिंग है क्योंकि दिस
नहीं
इज
नहीं
नॉट जस्ट अगेंस्ट इंग्लैंड इफ विग्नेश हैज वॉच्ड द एंटायर टूर्नामेंट पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट भी दिस सेम थिंग हैपेंड whereas the Pakistani batters were trying in to churn the like singles into doubles convert karna we were like taking a step back right from the moment we are like going in to take that first run क्योंकि फर्स्ट रन कैसे दौड़ते हैं उसी पे मैटर करता है ना कि सेकंड अटेम्प्ट भी कर रहे हैं या नहीं तो वो तो एक चीज है हम लोग का वो एग्रेसिव मेंटालिटी दिख रहा है व्हेन इट कम्स टू रनिंग वो थोड़ा कहीं तो लैकिंग है तो हाँ मेरे को तो लगता है ये दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम टू एड्रेस जो कि अभी तक नहीं हुआ है
Yeah, so again we are lacking in a lot of departments. Some we have some stars who are doing good. Jemima played well. Smriti played well. Renuka has been consistent. She took a fifer against England. But as we'll wrap this up quickly, so what the final conclusion is, we need everyone to fire on all cylinders tomorrow. At least 9 out of the 11 players. We need Pooja Vastakar to bowl her full quota of 4 overs. एंड हरमनप्रीत ने स्पिन बॉलिंग करनी है शेफाली को ओवर नहीं देना है वरना ऐसा ही 10-20 रन हम लीक कर देंगे जैसे प्रीतिश बोले कि वो वही मार्जिन था विच वी लॉस्ट टू इंग्लैंड एंड दैट वाज व्हाट शेफाली हैड गिवन अवे एंड अनदर साइकोलॉजी के टर्म्स में बात करूंगा कि अगर शेफाली गेट्स वैक्ड फॉर लॉट ऑफ रन्स उसका बैटिंग पे इफेक्ट होता है एंड दैट्स ट्रू अगर आप मैच खेल रहे हो आपको अच्छा तो नहीं लगेगा ना कि आप मार खा रहे हो एंड बॉलिंग एंड बैटिंग अलग अलग है बट इट्स अगेन हैपनिंग इन द सेम मैच. So that is another factor why Shefali shouldn't get the bowling. And yeah, next is क्या था और क्या था और
I think I think Deepti needs to run out people on non-striker. वो भी करना पड़ेगा तो एक
वो
काम
तो
कर
एक है वो
चाहिए
एक वे है आउट है वो अब बचा के
एक,
रखा था हम
एक,
लोगों ने नॉकआउट्स के लिए
वो वो एक विकेट चाहिए वैसा, वरना तभी कुछ हो
या
सकता है यार।
हाँ हाँ, नहीं हो वो एक क्या दो भी चल जाएगा भाई. दीप्ति हैज दैट
हाँ,
नैक. So Dipti Sharma and Ravi
आई एम
Ashwin in
ऑल
women's
इन फॉर
cricket and men's
दीप्ति
cricket.
शर्मा सुपुत्री व्हेन इट कम्स टू, हाँ, आई एम ऑल इन फॉर अ स्पिनर रनिंग आउट समवन अ नॉन स्ट्राइकर हु इज बैकिंग अप टू मच, बिकॉज मैं चाहिए ये एक विकेट चाहिए वैसा कि बिकॉज अगेन व्हाट इट डज, अगेन सेम साइकोलॉजिकल थिंग कम्स हियर कि
हाँ.
वो रैटल कर देता है, यू डोंट एक्सपेक्ट दैट थिंग टू
And
हैपन, दैट रैटल्स द ऑपोजिशन.
and it won't rattle just the opposition. फिर फॉक्स क्रिकेट आएगा ट्विटर पे. फॉक्स क्रिकेट पे ट्विटर पे
it,
बोलेगा दिस इज अगेंस्ट द स्पिरिट ऑफ क्रिकेट.
it will rattle the opposition and it will rattle the the media, opposition media
what
also.
what
So
what I think is for the greater good and popularity of women's cricket, border Gavaskar Trophy कैसे women's cricket has taken a back seat. But अगर दीप्ति शर्मा ऐसा कुछ करते, it will be the most trending topic
yeah.
across platforms, and we want that. I honestly want her running out someone in India winning that match.
And I think one, that's where I applaud Harmanpreet in that incident, that she said very clearly, yeah, I'm gonna back my players. We took 9 other wickets. You don't talk about that. So I mean, see again, भाई mentality है, लेकिन वो मैच के बीच में जो shoulders drop होते हैं ना, that is something which shouldn't happen. Someone needs to take that charge कि at least अरे नहीं चलो, like what, how, like उसका again not comparing, it's not comparable, but what Virat Kohli used to do in Test cricket for with the Indian men's team. That's something like that. That one person, at least taking the charge. कि, okay, let not the intensity drop. Intensity को वहीं रखते हैं.
For those 40 overs, Australia should feel hell tomorrow. They should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Give them hell. Give them complete hell, man. ऐसा नहीं है तुम कंप्लेसेंट रह के खेलेंगे, तुम डर के खेलेंगे, पॉसिबल ही
और
नहीं है.
मैं चाहता हूं ना, दिल से मैं एक चीज चाहता हूं कि कल हम लोग बीजीटी के बाद ऑस्ट्रेलियन मीडिया को एक पूरा नए डायमेंशन से रैटल कर सके विमेन्स क्रिकेट में भी. तो आई वांट दैट. तो वो एक चीज है मेरे अंदर ख्वाहिश. आई होप इट कम्स ट्रू टुमारो.
And the best thing is
If Shefa,
if India is able to win tomorrow, we'll have a very huge crowd watching the final on Sunday.
हाँ हाँ.
That's the best thing which will happen.
Which will
And
again be converted to WPL.
yes, which will be converted
yeah,
to. So for WPL's inaugural WPL success, we need India to win tomorrow. And if India win
Yes.
tomorrow, then all hell will break loose.
this
फिर
all,
तो मजा है.
this all brings me to something I predicted before the World Cup started. That is why India can win this World Cup because the stars are aligning, and this
वो हमने ट्वीट भी
first.
किया था.
Uh, so
Yes,
so stars are aligning. So, but yeah, I mean that's a very fair point that WPL is already popular. But if a World Cup win just before WPL, just imagine a scene: India coming home with a World Cup win and starting WPL. It's the perfect combination.
नहीं, मैंने ये आई थिंक ऑक्शन वाले लाइव में बोला था कि इफ दिस हैपेंस, this will be very similar to what the inaugural session of IPL also was, more like a
2017.
celebration than a like fight or a tournament. It will be a celebration, so that makes the sport even much more popular.
yep,
Vignesh is saying that if Shefali Storm arrives in Cape Town, yeah. If Shefali Storm, we have
yep.
discussed this, that if that in impetus India को मिल गया ना, Indian batting can go a long way, but that needs to come. वो 20 बॉल खा के 15 रन is not going to work against Australia at all.
Okay. So Pritish, Tawsif, do you want India to bat first or India to chase? What do you want India to do if we win the toss?
मैं तो बोलूंगा like bat, but not considering any pitch conditions here. वो मेरे को नहीं पता.
हाँ हाँ, pitch
तो
conditions नहीं, just
हाँ,
in general, what
just
do you?
mentality के तरफ से I'll want to have a bat first. Chase करना against Australia will be much more tougher.
No, but I want India to chase because Richa Ghosh. I really want India to chase, give, because see, Richard Ghosh ka bhi confidence level, and as you guys also mentioned that we have in batting we have more confident players right now given their performances. And Richa Ghosh, the way she is staying and finishing games, at least trying at least, and let's give it to her the way she tried against England also. So I just want ki if India can restrict Australia, which is very tough, but as we have discussed that Pooja Vastrakar needs to come up. So I think I'll want India to chase tomorrow.
We have a comment. It's better for India to chase because Australia will chase whatever score is on screen.
True, true, true.
honest,
ये तो
honest, honest comments in the chat section. Australia will chase
Yeah,
anything which is there.
it's a very true comment. It's a very true comment.
हाँ मतलब वो भी आइडिया अच्छा है यार. सी व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू प्ले थोड़ा नीचे गली क्रिकेट ना, तभी हमारा यही मेंटालिटी होता था कि पहले बैट करो, देन यू हैव नो आइडिया व्हाट द अपोजिशन विल डू, बट व्हेन यू हैव अ टारगेट आपको मालूम है आपको क्या करना है. मतलब यू हैव सम काइंड ऑफ कि स्कोर है सामने, आपको मारना है इतना. अगर आप अगर पहले बैटिंग कर रहे हो, आपको आइडिया ही नहीं है सामने अलग स्कोर करेगा नहीं करेगा. ऑफ कोर्स at elite level, batting first is mentally it's better for you, but when you think of it at a very grassroots kind of level, तब बच्चों का mentality सोचोगे तो chasing
हाँ
is has always been the best. And I think some players, those who are good chasers in cricket, वो अभी तक वो बचपना हरकत लेके बैठे हैं कि अपने को इतना स्कोर है, अपने को उतना मारना है. You have a tangible
Rishabh,
target in front of you.
Rishabh Pant and Virat Kohli are two
Yeah,
examples.
yeah.
कि उनको
हाँ
That's
chasing
true.
करनी है.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. कि आपको मालूम है इतना रन मारना है, आप मार रहे हो. नहीं तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के सामने, as अन्वेष mentioned rightly in the chat, there is you have absolutely no idea. हम 180 मार ले, कभी 180 चेज हो जाए भाई. आपको कोई है ही नहीं. सच बढ़िया बॉलिंग परफॉर्मेंस डालो एंड who knows, we might be able to chase 150 160. So yeah, that's अभी देखेंगे कल क्या होता है. अगर जीत गए ना, फिर तो मैं खुद ट्विटर पे तमाशा करूंगा.
हाँ हाँ हाँ
तो
हाँ.
हम लोग ब्रिज से तो
अगर
तमाशा
अगर
जो भी.
अगर जीत गए तो मैं तो कल 2 घंटे 3 घंटे का स्ट्रीम करने को तैयार हूँ. मेरे को कोई
Yeah,
हाँ
issue
हाँ
नहीं.
हाँ.
guys, if we win tomorrow or even if we lose, we'll do a stream. I'll personally do a
हाँ,
stream. We'll dissect India's performance in a very
do it.
sad and morose way. But if we win, फिर तो हम जल्लोष करेंगे. हम 10 बजे से
हाँ,
लेके 12 बजे तक कल रात को मजे करेंगे. एंड
हाँ,
प्लीज जुड़िएगा स्ट्रीम पे. अगर हार गए तो एकदम वैसे सैड तरीके से हम धीरे धीरे बात
मातम
करेंगे.
मनाएंगे.
हाँ, थोड़ा थोड़ा सा
right.
मातम मनाएंगे. पर इफ वी विन तो फिर फुल मतलब अलग ही जल्लोष होगा यहाँ पे भी और ट्विटर पे भी, क्योंकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव कमेंटेड अक्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म्स, इवन ऑन आवर यूट्यूब कम्युनिटी पीपल हैव सेड ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो क्या हारना ही है इंडिया को सेमीफाइनल में और ऑल. तो इफ वी विन तो फिर बैंड बजेगा. और इफ वी लूज तो ठीक है, आराम से हम लोग एक छोटा सा प्रोफेशनल टेक्निकल लाइव करेंगे.
हाँ
तो देखते हैं. तो चलो गाइस देन.
विघ्नेश, आई
हाँ हाँ
थिंक
बोलो.
नमन विघ्नेश के 2 कमेंट्स उसके साथ एंड कर देते हैं. व्हाट ही इज सेइंग.
क्या क्या do you think when facing Indian team, Australia women players have some little unpredictability in mind? What will come from Indian players? वो तो सच है भाई.
वो तो है.
even
में भी
even
होते हो तो.
we don't know. Very
कोई भी
well
नहीं
played
जानता.
joke,
आई
man.
डोंट थिंक इंडियन प्लेयर्स को भी पता है कि क्या कर सकता है आज.
Yeah, that's true. Like suddenly someone will come and score half century. No one will be able to predict that. Okay, so in terms of all the betting people do on Dream 11 or let's say on sports fantasy platforms, you can never bet on any Indian sporting team. The worst is badminton. Again, going across sports, badminton and hockey are the worst if you want to do betting. So
बैडमिंटन में तो इंडियाज वर्ल्ड नंबर 9 लॉस्ट टू अ 16-year-old टुडे इन नेशनल. तो बाकी तो क्या ही बोल सकते हैं.
oh my god,
बैडमिंटन
कौन हारा.
HS Pranoy lost to a 16-year-old kid. So I mean,
oh my god.
and in
हाँ
straight
तो
games.
और एक
Naman.
बात सही. अरे बाप, मैं गया नहीं देखने के लिए. ठीक है, ट्राई टू गो. बट विराट कोहली क्रिकेट इन द चैट इज सेइंग कब चालू होगा. कल शाम को 6:30 बजे मैच शुरू होगा. 10 बजे हमारा लाइव शुरू होगा. आप मैच भी देखिएगा, लाइव के लिए भी जुड़िएगा. फुल मजे करेंगे. होपफुली मजे करेंगे. नहीं हुआ तो थोड़ा
हाँ
मातम मनाएंगे. हाँ. एंड Sayandeep has mentioned something. If I speak honestly, aggressive batting चाहिए. वो बासबॉल, I forgot to mention बासबॉल. We need something of a बासबॉल here tomorrow against Australia. बासबॉल.
शेफाली हैज टू प्ले लाइक नॉट द बासबॉल अप्रोच बट मैकलम की तरह खेलना पड़ेगा उसको. एक 158 ऐसा चाहिए कुछ.
Oh, हाँ. From first KKR match.
यस यस.
Omi KKR, Corbo Lorbo.
वही that is the day. I think वही मोमेंट था जो KKR से प्यार हुआ था. उसके बाद तो अभी तक चल ही रहा है रिलेशनशिप. हारने जीतने के बाद, बेइज्जत होने के बाद भी.
सब कुछ.
सो वो तो है, बास्बॉल खेलना पड़ेगा, वील हैव टू थोड़ा ब्रेंडन मैकलम का फोटो वोटो लगा के थोड़ा पैर वैर पड़ के वील
हाँ,
हैव टू स्टार्ट प्लेइंग टुमारो,
आई
वो
थिंक
बट
आई थिंक
वसूली
आई
भाई
थिंक
का होता है ना, वो एकदम
हाँ, आई थिंक
वैसा एकदम।
वसूली वसूली बाई की जगह वहां पे सहवाग का फोटो लगाओ और
हाँ
शेफाली
हाँ।
को बोलो सुबह एक बार सहवाग से बात करके जाए।
नहीं, आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर दैट वीरेंद्र सहवाग वीडियो, वो गाना गाते गाते सिक्स मार रहा है रोड से
हाँ
फुल
हाँ
स्पीड
हाँ
में,
हाँ।
and Shefali has done stuff like that when she comes in the first over
Yeah,
and starts hitting sixes, मतलब आग लगे बस्ती में सिक्स मारो मस्ती में, अपने को लेना देना ही नहीं है कुछ. And
हाँ।
if I mean, the best thing will be if India wins tomorrow, the first tweet I am going to do is कैसा लगा मेरा मजाक. आप जो भी बोल रहे थे, आ गया ना स्वाद. So see, this is the kind of optimism that the Indian team
so
needs to have tomorrow. हाँ बोलो
Sneer Rana.
प्रीतिश. Yeah, we have a comment saying
No,
bring
Sandeep
snare
is
Rana.
saying brings, बट स्नेर आना
Yeah.
स्क्वाड में नहीं है अभी, उसको इंडिया से फ्लाई करके ले जाना
हाँ,
थोड़ा मुश्किल है ऐसे लास्ट मोमेंट, 24 घंटे भी नहीं बचे मैच में, इट्स लिटिल टफ अभी तो,
बट शी इज
बट
प्रेजेंट इन एवरी मैच, इसलिए फैंस भी कंफ्यूज्ड हो जाते हैं कि क्या हो रहा है,
हाँ
इज शी देयर और नॉट।
हाँ शी इज इन
बट
रिजर्व,
ठीक है,
स्टैंडिंग
दिस इज अ
रिजर्व।
वेरी गुड टीम। हाँ,
Yeah,
टीम अप्रोच बहुत अच्छा है।
I think we should back this team, and this team can, do that, do the unthinkable. So let's hope.
Yeah, backing, and personally they should back themselves, as you mentioned since the start, that India needs to back themselves up ki chalo, we need to approach this as a new game. So tomorrow is a new day, tomorrow is a new game, and hopefully if we are able to win, then history will be created. I mean, if we win tomorrow, the team will be on very high confidence. मतलब इससे ज्यादा confidence उनके पास होना possible नहीं है, and most probably we will see a rematch of 2017. So a lot of things can happen, and let's hope for the best tomorrow. We'll be there on a live at 10 p.m. either to celebrate India's win or dissect India's loss. Let's hope the former prevails. And thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Please keep up the enthusiasm for women's cricket in the same way. We have a video series on unheard stories from women's cricket coming soon. We'll be starting that in March. So stay tuned for that as well. You can follow the bridge on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you are active, so that you get more and more updates. And yes, don't forget to subscribe and share uh, our videos to your friends, because we have done a lot of content on women's cricket in recent times. You can check them on our channel in the videos tab. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be there tomorrow at 10 p.m. Let's hope, yes, as Chandeep has said, win and loss, I don't care, बस fight चाहिए, yes. We need
बिल्कुल।
India to fight tomorrow. Fight तो करके ही आना, yes. Win or loss, it does not matter. ऐसा बहुत अच्छा खेलना चाहिए. So let's hope for that, and let's meet tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much.
Let's